Out there, everyone. Gonna have to apologize for my lack of videos the last couple of nights. I wound up having to work a late shift, so yeah, kind of difficult for me to do anything when by the time I get home it's almost 9 o'clock, and then I also have to do other crap, and then by the time I actually sit down to do a video, you know what I mean, I don't know what topic to do, and yeah, it's already late enough that probably nobody's gonna be watching it unless they're completely obsessed with my channel, which is unlikely to happen since I just started. I do want to say thank you though to everyone that has given views and has given shares, and to my one subscriber so far. I know it's very few in number, but it still makes me really happy to know that people are watching these, and that in some small way you're getting amused by my weird nerdiness. Also, I am aware about the glare from my glasses, and I also am aware that there's a weird buzzing sound that's just coming from my computer. I still haven't figured out how to edit those out, so if anyone can give me any tips in the comments below, I would really appreciate that, because like I said before, I am not an expert, and any advice you can give me, I will not be offended. I will gladly accept it. Unless, of course, I've tried it already before, in which case I will tell you that and say, yeah, I tried, it didn't work, do you know another option? Kind of makes me sad though, the last few nights I haven't even been able to get on Facebook and RP or whatever. For those of you who don't RP, it's roleplay, which I fucking love doing. Me and my cousin, like, we love doing RPs together. Like, we started actually like 5 of them that we're in the process of doing, and have not finished any of them. And we're trying to do this thing where we do one-shots back and forth, where we just schedule times to do them, but since I've been working late, I haven't been able to do it, but I have early shifts and quite a few days off in the future, so hopefully that'll be remedied. Personally, I think everyone needs an RP partner, and I cannot think of a person way better than my cousin Dolly. I absolutely adore her. I certainly do know the struggle of trying to find different roleplay partners and not really having much luck. I mean, I've been to chat rooms, I've been on websites, I've tried to friend people, I've tried to do it with people I've been in theater with. And, you know, it's really hard to find somebody that, you know, you can really do an RP that you enjoy with, that you both know kind of what you're talking about. And sometimes you don't share fandoms, and you do have to, like, give that little push, just like, oh, you should check this thing out, and then we can work on that. You know, when looking for an RP partner, you have to have certain qualifications for them. Like, you have to have similar fandoms, at least a couple, you know what I mean? You have to not be so shy with what you say, which can take a little time, but eventually it should get there. What's another thing you have to do? You have to be willing to compromise for, like, what you do. Like, there were some movies that I hadn't seen because I just hadn't had time to see them yet. It's like Hotel Transylvania and The Croods and The Lorax, and for this one RP we had to do, we wanted to take a character from each one of those, so I had to watch those movies and then give my cousin reactions as to what I thought of them. Even one roleplay partner, you definitely need somebody that's going to be fun, that's going to be unexpected, that's going to have this conflicting style, so it's not just so boring. And, you know, I have to say that my cousin certainly is my perfect RP partner. And, yeah, sometimes the stories get a little R-rated or X-rated, depending on your rating system. But, it still is a ton of fun. So it's great to do something with somebody that you're really close to, somebody that basically is your best friend. I mean, I think of Dolly as both my best friend and, like, my sister, despite the fact that I have, like, let's see, like 5 sisters and 2 brothers. But she's also the closest one in age to me, so that also really helps, getting somebody on, like, your same type of maturity level. I mean, obviously, you can't be like a 64-year-old man doing an RP with a 12-year-old girl. I mean, that's just wrong on so many levels, plus you're not going to be able to meet each other halfway on that, which is really important. Another important thing for your RP partner is that they have to be just as open about being a fansick nerd in the open as they are on the paper, or through email, or through Facebook, or however you're going to do the RP. That's really important, because if they're not going to fully embrace it, like in actual real life as well as the cyber world, chances are it's not going to last that long, and it's not going to be a very good partnership, because, you know, what if one of you wants to post the story but the other one is too afraid to, because God forbid it get linked back to them? you can't really be embarrassed about what you write, especially if you want to make it public. I mean, God knows I've written tons of stuff on my fanfiction account that's just borderline ridiculous. But I still tell people that I do it. I still tell people, yeah, I've written really weird stuff. I've written stuff I don't quite agree with, but it was requested, so I figured, what the hell, why not? Actually, I have quite a few requests I have to do right now that I'm hoping to get posted within the next couple of days because they're like 3 months late. So I have people really upset with me. So VampyGirl402, if you're watching, I'm very sorry. But yeah, this is more of also praising my cousin as well as giving RP suggestions because, you know, I really can't think of a better partner than, you know, her or somebody like her, which is very rare to find somebody like her. Believe me, I've looked, you know, so I don't know, it's just nice to have that one kind of person that has that same energy, that has that same, you know, relationship to you and is just as passionate about creating something as you are. And, you know, it's fine if you want to roleplay, like, offhandedly just to do some weird little sex scene or something like that, which is a little weird, but I understand it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have done it at one point, but I don't know, there's just something about having somebody on hand that's just like your best friend, and it's just like, hey, I really want to be able to create this story, and I have something in my head, and, you know, I mean, there are very few writers that excel very good on their own, and sometimes they have to have a partnership. And for example, like with the House of Night series books, I mean, that's a mother and daughter creating a story together, and yeah, it's a little weird, but you can also tell, like, this is where the mother's writing and this is where the daughter's writing, and you can tell that different dynamic and different styles and different emotional takes on characters and stuff like that, and it just really adds to the story. So if you can ever find someone, like, be it like a little thing for fun or like a serious project that you actually want to get published at some point, it's great to have somebody that's just as open and just as passionate and just as awesome and just as nerdy and obsessed and all this other fun stuff. Because if you don't have fun with that person, then you're not going to have fun writing with them, which is really important, because if it's not fun to write, it's not fun to read, so there's no point getting it out there. And in my future videos, I'm probably going to be talking a lot about my cousin, which it's impossible to dedicate just a little bit of time to her, because, like, in so many ways, the only reason that I've been involved in so many fandoms, and the only reason I've been able to evolve in my writing and evolve in being this really open, geeky nerd, is because of her, you know. And I think really anybody that's an otaku or a nerd or a geek or whatever has that one person that really influenced them in some weird way to become this fandom-obsessed person that they are now. And for me, it's definitely my cousin, because she was the one that was really dedicated to video games. She took the time to get to know characters. She took the time to really do some character development, to really imagine what could happen in a different scenario and stuff like that. And she was the first person that really introduced me to that concept way before I did fanfiction.net stuff. So, you know, it's important to have somebody that like that in your life or whatever. If you're going to have this nerdy part of you, you kind of need somebody to obsess with. Otherwise, it's not as much fun. You know, it's one is definitely a lonely number, especially when you're a geek. So I'm going to take off on that note. And Dolly, if you watch this at all, or if you are watching any of my channels, thank you so much for being my inspiration, my hero, my sister, my best friend, and the perfect RP partner. I definitely couldn't ask for a better one, and I'll probably be talking about you a lot more in the future, because you really are that awesome. And anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for viewing, for sharing, if you're doing that. Please submit any comments, flames, or agreements or disagreements below. Do response videos, that's awesome. I will try to post a new video every day, but like I said, if I'm working late shifts, probably not going to happen. But I will always give you a heads up if I'm not able to post. At least I'll try to. But I'm working a lot of early shifts and have a lot of early days off, so be expecting a new video every day, or possibly multiple videos in a day, just to make up for last time, because I have a whole bunch of topics I want to discuss. Anyway, much love, you guys.